Chosen one. Before you ever took your first breath, before your name was ever whispered on earth, there was a divine transaction that took place in heaven. God didn't just decide to make you. He invested eternity into you. That means you weren't formed out of leftover dust. You were formed out of divine intention. When God formed Adam, He breathed life into him. But when He formed you, He breathed eternity. He placed something in you that even angels marvel at, something that cannot be replicated, measured, or destroyed. You see, the world loves to put a price tag on everything: your time, your work, your body, your name, your image. But heaven does not operate by price. Heaven operates by value. And the value of something is always determined by the price someone is willing to pay for it. So let me ask you, what price did God pay for you? He didn't send gold. He didn't send angels. He sent Himself. That's right, the blood of Jesus was the price of your soul. That means your value is divine currency. Every time you doubt yourself, every time you feel forgotten, every time the world tries to measure you by what you've achieved, remember this. God invested eternity into you. He didn't give you seconds, He gave you His Spirit. He didn't give you status, He gave you His Son. He didn't give you symbols, He gave you His signature. That's how valuable you are. You are heaven's most expensive creation. You are eternity wrapped in flesh, walking through time. You are the evidence that God doesn't just create, He commits. And when God commits, He never retracts His investment. Now, chosen one, here's something you've probably felt but couldn't always explain. You've always felt different. You've felt unseen, misunderstood, even undervalued, not because you lack worth, but because the world is blind to divine investment. You see, the world only recognizes shine, not substance. It sees surface, not source. The same people who couldn't recognize Jesus were the same ones who worshipped idols made of stone, because they were attracted to form, not essence. You carry eternity in your soul. That means your value doesn't always make sense to time. People might see you as too intense, too spiritual, too serious, or too soft. But what they can't see is that you're too eternal for their temporary measurements. That's why you don't fit in. That's why you can't be confined. That's why you feel like you were meant for more than this world can offer. Because you were. You were designed for eternal purpose, not temporal applause. And here's something sacred to understand. The enemy attacks value, not vanity. He doesn't waste his energy on the empty. He goes after the eternal. He fears those who know what they carry. That's why your life has had more warfare than others. That's why rejection has been your companion. Because rejection was the world's way of saying, "You're too valuable for us to comprehend." So, the next time people overlook you, thank God. You're not undervalued. You're undervalued by time but overvalued by eternity. God knows what He invested. And He will not lose His investment. Chosen one. Let's slow down here. Take a deep breath. Because what we're about to talk about isn't surface level, it's spiritual DNA. If you've ever wondered why your life feels different, why your emotions run deep, why you sense things before others see them, it's not your imagination. It's evidence. Evidence that eternity lives in you. When God invests eternity into a person, they begin to experience the world in dimensions that others can't interpret. They see through time. They feel through faith. They understand things that logic cannot explain. You might not have known it, but heaven has already left fingerprints all over your soul. There are signs, sacred, consistent, divine signs, that reveal you were built with more than mortal material. Let's walk through them slowly. Let them read your spirit as much as you read them. Chosen one of the first signs that eternity is alive inside you, is that you experience time differently. You can be standing in the same hour as everyone else, but it feels like something deeper is happening within you. You sense moments that others rush past. You pause at sunsets others scroll through. You feel the stillness of dawn as if heaven itself is whispering, "I'm with you." You notice divine timing in what others call coincidence. You might meet someone for 2 minutes and feel as if you've known them for lifetimes. That's not sentiment. That's eternity recognizing eternity. Sometimes, you'll feel like you're living in two timelines, one physical and one spiritual. Your body is here on earth, but your awareness seems to float beyond it, watching, understanding, feeling things ahead of time. And though it's confusing at times, it's actually one of your greatest confirmations. Because when eternity lives in you, you don't measure life by the clock, you measure it by divine alignment. That's why you've never been satisfied rushing. That's why you've struggled when others say, "You're behind." You're not behind, chosen one, you're beyond. You walk in eternal pace. You're not late, you're layered. You're not delayed, you're designed for timing only heaven can orchestrate. You carry timeless sensitivity because God invested His own rhythm inside you. And sometimes that rhythm pulls you away from the crowd, not to isolate you, but to synchronize you with eternity. Have you noticed that no matter where you go, you never fully fit in? You can blend, but not belong. You can be accepted, but still feel unseen. That's not rejection, that's revelation. When eternity lives in you, you're not meant to fit. You're meant to fill. You're not a puzzle piece, you're the presence that brings missing piece. You've probably walked through seasons where you tried to conform, to match energy, to blend with people, to seem normal. But every time you did, something in you dimmed. That unease you feel in groups where gossip is normal. That discomfort in conversations that lack soul. That silent frustration when people chase vanity while you crave virtue. It's not arrogance. It's spiritual mismatch. You can't anchor eternity to temporary things. And here's the truth, people may not always value your presence, but they'll feel your absence. Because eternity doesn't have to announce itself, it's felt. Your silence carries weight. Your eyes carry wisdom. Your energy restores order. You're needed everywhere, even by those who can't name why. They sense something sacred when you enter the room. Peace replaces panic, confusion calms down, hearts feel seen. That's the evidence of the eternal investment in you. You carry divine stability in unstable spaces. So stop mourning your lack of belonging, chosen one. You weren't built to belong, you were built to balance. Wherever you walk, eternity follows. That's why you don't need a crowd, you are a climate. When eternity lives in you, your appetite changes. You start losing interest in shallow things, gossip, noise, drama, attention. It's not that you think you're better. It's that you've outgrown what doesn't feed your soul. While others chase what's temporary, your heart aches for what lasts. You crave truth over trend, substance over spotlight, stillness over stimulation. You might have tried to go back to your old habits, the same shows, same conversations, same circles, but something feels off now. That's because your spirit has developed a palate for the eternal. You can't be satisfied by spiritual junk food anymore. You long for connection that feels heavenly. You want to read things that awaken your soul. You want to create things that matter. You want to live in such a way that when you leave this earth, eternity still remembers your name. That longing, that deep ache for more, it's not emptiness. It's divine hunger. It's God's way of pulling you into deeper purpose. He doesn't want you settling for moments that fade. He wants you building memories that echo in heaven. So if you've been feeling distant from things that used to excite you, if worldly pleasures suddenly feel hollow, rejoice. It's a holy symptom. It means eternity has already started replacing your old nature with your real one. You are remembering where you came from. Chosen one of the most difficult signs to carry is this one. You will be misunderstood. People won't always know how to handle you. Some will project jealousy, others suspicion. They'll say, "You've changed," but they don't realize you evolved. They'll think you're distant, when really you're discerning. They'll think you're arrogant, when really you're anointed. But here's what you must never forget. God does not allow His investments to go unprotected. That's why people left you. That's why certain doors closed. That's why betrayal didn't destroy you, it redirected you. You might not have seen it in the moment, but every rejection was divine redirection. Heaven rearranged your path to protect your purpose. There were places your heart wanted to go that your spirit could not afford. There were people you wanted to love who were not qualified to steward eternity within you. So when God blocked certain relationships, it wasn't punishment, it was preservation. And even when you've been in danger, physically, emotionally, spiritually, somehow, someway, you survived. You might have lost things, but you never lost your soul. You might have wept, but you didn't wither. That's not luck, chosen one, that's covering. Angels walk with those who carry eternity. Your protection isn't coincidence, it's covenant. Because eternity must be preserved until its purpose is fulfilled. You are guarded not because you are fragile, but because you are irreplaceable. Oh, this one hurts the most. Chosen one, you know the feeling of waiting. You've prayed, prepared, done everything right, and still, things seem to take longer for you than for everyone else. You watch others rise quickly while you remain hidden. You wonder, God, did you forget me? But let me tell you a truth that will calm your soul. Eternal things are never rushed. Diamonds don't form in microwaves. They form under time, pressure, and purpose. God is not delaying you, He's developing you. Because what He's placing inside you isn't meant to last a season, it's meant to last eternity. When eternity is invested in a person, preparation is not short. Heaven does not mass-produce eternal vessels. They are handcrafted, slowly, intentionally. You are one of those vessels. That's why your waiting feels heavier. That's why your journey seems longer. You are being refined into something that will carry heaven's legacy. Others are being built for platforms. You're being built for permanence. So don't despise the delay, embrace it. The longer God takes, the deeper the roots go. And when your time comes, no force on earth or in hell will be able to uproot what He's established. Eternity takes time, but when it arrives, it never leaves. Finally, the unmistakable sign that eternity lives in you. You've tried to quit, but you can't. You've tried to stop praying, but your spirit wouldn't let you. You've tried to fit in, but conviction pulled you out. You've tried to silence your gifts, but life keeps giving you reasons to use them again. Every time you think, I'm done, something divine rises up and whispers, not yet. That's eternity speaking. That's the investment of heaven reminding you, you were bought with purpose. You may wander, but you can't escape the call. Because what's inside you is not borrowed, it's breathed. It's not a task, it's a tether. You are tied to heaven's will, and nothing in this world can sever that bond. That's why you can't tolerate fakeness. That's why you can't walk away from destiny, no matter how heavy it gets. Because you're not working a job, you're fulfilling a divine assignment. You were not made for success, you were made for significance. You are not chasing claps, you are chasing completion. So even when you're tired, you rise again. Even when you're hurt, you still hope. Even when nobody sees your effort, you keep going, because eternity is moving your feet. That's the final proof, chosen one. You are not a human trying to be spiritual, you are a spiritual being navigating human experience. You are eternity, disguised as a person. And no matter what comes your way, no delay, no betrayal, no storm, can remove the eternal investment that God placed within you. Chosen one. When you look back over your life, you'll realize, every strange feeling, every divine encounter, every heartbreak that pushed you closer to God, it was all pointing to one truth. You are not ordinary. You are not random. You are not replaceable. You are the continuation of God's eternal plan, breathing, walking, shining through time. And one day, when you stand before Him, He won't see failure. He'll see return. He'll look into your soul and say, eternity was worth investing in you. Let's talk about something few ever realize. Heaven operates on a different economy. Here on earth, value decreases with time. Cars depreciate, houses age, and beauty fades. But in heaven's economy, value increases with time. The longer you walk with God, the more valuable you become. Why? Because experience in the Spirit doesn't consume you, it expands you. Every trial you've endured wasn't a loss, it was an upgrade. Every heartbreak refined your love. Every delay stretched your faith. Every rejection purified your dependence on God. The world calls that suffering. Heaven calls that interest. Yes, chosen one, God earns interest on his investments. When he placed eternity in you, he expected it to grow. He planted his spirit like a seed, knowing that over time it would bear eternal fruit, patience, love, humility, faith, endurance. That's why your pain was not punishment. It was proof that heaven's investment was active. You are not being broken down, you are being built up. God is multiplying what he invested. And here's the mystery. Even when you fail, heaven doesn't lose. Because your failure teaches wisdom, your pain teaches compassion, and your waiting teaches obedience. God collects all of that. Nothing is wasted. In the economy of heaven, even your tears are currency. The Psalm says he bottles them. That means every cry, every night of surrender, every moment of faith counts towards something eternal. You're not losing value, you're compounding it. Chosen one, now that you understand your eternal worth, the question is, how do you live in alignment with that value? Let me give you divine wisdom, the keys to honor God's eternal investment in you. Stop apologizing for your depth. You were not made to be surface level. Your sensitivity is sacred. Your discernment is divine. Your tears are testimony. Don't shrink your eternity to fit into someone else's moment. Guard what God deposited. Just as banks guard their most precious assets, guard your spirit. Don't let everyone access your peace. Not every voice deserves to enter your temple. Protect your time, your energy, and your calling. You're not selfish, you're sacred. Multiply the eternal within you. Use your gifts. Speak life. Create what endures. You were not made to store value, you were made to spread it. Every act of love, every moment of forgiveness, every word of truth increases the value heaven sees in you. Stay close to the source. You can't maintain eternal energy on earthly fuel. You must stay connected to God. Prayer is not a ritual, it's a recharge. Worship isn't a song, it's your soul remembering who it came from. That's how you sustain what God invested. See yourself through heaven's eyes. When you look in the mirror, stop seeing you. Start seeing the investment, the breath of eternity wrapped in human form. Remind yourself daily, I am valuable because God made me so. Not because of what you do, but because of what you are. You are eternal currency. Chosen one. If you could see what heaven sees when it looks at you, you'd never doubt yourself again. You'd see a being that time cannot reduce. You'd see light that death cannot dim. You'd see eternity itself pulsing inside your chest. When God looks at you, he sees a return on his eternal investment. You are not a risk, you are a reward. You are not an expense, you are an expansion. Every moment you choose faith over fear, heaven gains. Every time you forgive instead of retaliate, heaven rejoices. Every time you love when it's hard, heaven multiplies its glory through you. You are proof that eternity still works in time. You are God's evidence that his spirit can live within flesh and still win. So walk with your head lifted, chosen one. You are more than worthy, you are eternally valued. The world may not recognize your worth, but the creator of the universe calls you his masterpiece. You are the eternal return of a God who never loses his investments. And when time ends, eternity will call your name, and all of heaven will say, that one was worth it. Like this video. And you can support the channel through the link in the channel's bio. Even your $1 is very precious for me and this channel. Your kindness helps us continue spreading light and love. God bless you.